Guys, my team just got finished doing a new video on the Xpeng G6, the new version, all the upgrades, the changes, and I've cancelled it. I deleted, got rid of it because I found out new information since the video was completed. It's a little bit confusing here because there's lots of different sources of information, and I don't think anyone's really kind of summarized the key question here. The key question here is it worth waiting for the new Xpeng G6? Is it actually better than the old version? And my answer to that would be yes and no. If you're looking at the long range, probably better not to wait. The long range, the new version is likely to have less range. But if you're looking at the standard range, then it might be worth your time waiting for the new model. But here are the main changes, and here's my opinion on whether or not you should wait. Guys, for context, I actually do own an Xpeng G6. The question here, for me personally, I'm thinking to myself, often you had that issue where you think, oh, should I have waited? Should I have waited for the new model? Was it worth waiting? Well, my answer to that question is, for me personally, no. I'm glad I didn't wait. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Xpeng G6, there's a 2025 model. I mean, you guys in the United States, you'd be calling it the 2026 model because that's how you guys work over there. It's now available for order in China. Going to be in China for delivery within a couple of months' time. The rest of the world, probably you're looking about a year away. I'd say estimate around 12 months. Keep in mind that Xpeng have only just begun manufacturing the G6 in right-hand drive, which is a major pain in the butt for car companies to build a car in a different, they've got to basically have a different production line. So the G6 is a new car for right-hand drive. It's going to take them quite a while before it comes to here, Australia. I'm going to guess maybe by the end of the year. So yeah, like I said, is it worth waiting for the new model? Well, one thing I'm going to say is the lithium iron phosphate battery in the standard range version of the car, it's going to be a little bit bigger. It's about 3 kilowatt hour bigger. I think it's going from about 62 kilowatt hours to 65. Not much of a change. But the long range, well, yeah, honestly, when I saw the details here, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I've got this version. And one of the reasons I'm glad I've got this version, well, for one, right now you can get a 10-year warranty and a 10-year battery warranty. I don't think that's going to apply to this new model. Very unlikely. So a 10-year warranty for me and a 10-year battery warranty, there is no other car brand in the world that I know of right now that are offering that. That to me is, it's like Xpeng saying, yeah, this car's going to be good. And the question will be, will Xpeng be around in 10 years? Well, if you look at their current trajectory, their growth over the last 6 months, they're beating their own records month after month after month. They've gone from losing billions to being very likely profitable by the fourth quarter of this year. Their trajectory is amazing. I think there's a high probability, much higher probability that Xpeng are going to be around than Nissan or Mitsubishi or Mazda or Suzuki or numerous other car companies. Very exclusive event here in Newcastle. Saturday, the 15th of March from 3 to 5 p.m. I'll be speaking here with just a couple of other speakers. Very small event. So you can meet me in person. You can actually have a look at my EV as well, the Xpeng G6. Test that out. I'll put a link in the description below to the event. I believe that the tickets will probably sell out very, very quickly. So if you're from Sydney, from Brisbane, from Newcastle, make sure you click on that link as quickly as possible to get in. I think there's only around 30 tickets left at this point in time. I'll put that link in the description and I'll see you there. So the long range the current model has an 87.5 kilowatt hour NMC, so nickel manganese cobalt lithium ion battery. The new one, it's going down to an 80 kilowatt hour battery. So it's going to be about 10% smaller battery. Yeah, guys, I'll take the bigger battery any day of the week. Now, Xpeng have said, all right, the new version will have better efficiency, but I don't think it's going to be much better. Put it this way, I mean, Xpeng G6 efficiency is already miles ahead of something like a Kia EV5. If you saw the Kia EV5 or some other EV models and have you seen their efficiency and then look at the Xpeng G6 efficiency, you've got to be thinking to yourself, what's Kia doing? Why is their efficiency so much worse? I mean, the efficiency difference is 20%. That's enormous. 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers versus 20. And real world might be even a bigger gap than that. So Xpeng is saying, all right, the new version, the efficiency is even better. I can't see it being any better than any more by a couple of percent, considering how good the efficiency already is. So here are the changes. Very hard to spot interior and exterior changes. I don't think they're things that anyone would care about. Personally, they're not things that I think would mean any difference for me personally between being better or worse. But here are the changes. Lighting and styling. There is a new full width LED light bar at the front and also at the rear that replaces the segmented design with refreshed front lighting and a new darkened appearance package. I can't even notice the difference. Wheels and rear design. Different wheels. It's got an updated wheel designs, revised bumpers, a new ducktail spoiler, and mildly tweaked tailgate. I got to admit, I like the changes to the tailgate, but to be honest, I don't really think it would make much difference to me personally, those very, very hard to spot changes on the outside of the car. Color options. There's some new color options. Bold orange will no longer be available, guys. So if you like that bold orange color, it is a very bold color. If that's your thing, then now's your time to buy because you won't be able to get that with the new version. Displays. Displays are a little bit different. The digital instrument cluster has been slightly increased from 10.2 inches to 10.25. No difference. There's no way you'd be able to see that with the human eye. However, the multimedia screen has gone up by 0.6 of an inch. It's gone from 15 inches to 15.6 inches. I still think you'd struggle to see that as well. An improved user interface, a new design motifs, refined materials, updated pattern work on speaker shrouds, a reworked steering wheel with capacitive controls. I'm not sure I'm into capacitive controls. In fact, I'm not. But Xpeng say that creates a more premium feel. Guys, for me, the G6 on the inside is premium. I often get in the car and think, damn, this is such a nice car. I can't see that really moving the needle, to be fair. Comfort and convenience. Features like ventilated, heated, and massaging front seats, wireless charging, upgraded ambient lighting. So things that are different to the old version, the new version. It gets massaging front seats. I don't think those are going to come outside of China, though. That's generally a China-only feature, and you do pay for it. So it's not really a difference. It's just an option you can pay for. It gets ambient lighting on the inside. I personally don't like ambient lighting, and I think it's a fad. I think it's something that just simply distracts you during the nighttime. But not everyone agrees with me, of course. So what about the batteries? Well, getting to the precise numbers, the new lithium iron phosphate battery in the standard range is now a 68.5 kilowatt hour battery, up from 60. So the battery is more than 10% bigger in the standard range version. I would assume the range would go from 435 kilometers to probably about 480 kilometers. That's a good change. As I said, if you're going to get the base model, the standard range model, it could be worth your time waiting. However, the battery pack in the long range version goes down from 87.5 kilowatt hours down to 80.8 kilowatt hours. So about a 10% decrease in size for the long range version. For me, that'd be a reason to get the existing model. And if you think about if you're thinking about buying an Xpeng G6 or a Tesla Model Y or Kia V5 or a Hyundai Ioniq 5, now's the time to buy one. I'm not saying those other cars. I'm saying the Xpeng because it's the best value car there. Now, in China, the standard range model apparently has 70 kilometers more range, CLTC. So probably 50 kilometers more range, WLTP, meaning you're about 485 kilometers of range. That's a good change. And that will mean that will have more range than a standard range Tesla Model Y. There is a new Qualcomm 8295 processor that boosts the infotainment system's performance. I haven't noticed any issues with the performance of it. And it has an advanced AI Turing intelligent driving system upgrades to it with autonomous driving capabilities. Now, that's neither here nor there if you live in Australia or Europe, because that stuff isn't actually legal in those countries yet. It may be, it could be eventually, but you will have to pay for that. Xpeng's not going to give that to you for free. So that will be another option. Massaging seats, the AI Turing driving chip will be an option. This stuff is not going to be thrown in for no cost. Now, Xpeng's saying that there's 81 changes. Is that accurate? Well, I've put all this information in fact, I put every article on the internet I can find into ChatGPT, and I'm talking ChatGPT Enterprise. I put 7 different articles in there, and ChatGPT says, no, they can't see 81 changes. In fact, nowhere near that. But I'm going to guess maybe some of those changes are things to do with how Xpeng manufacture the car, things that you'll never notice in the real world. But apparently 34% of tier 1 components and 81 changes overall have been made. Now, like I said, Xpeng haven't pointed out what they are because I don't think they'll actually make any real functional difference to you. But There is one change. The car is slightly longer. It's 5 millimeters longer, but that's nothing to do with the interior space. That's simply, it's got a slightly different exterior. The body kit panels are slightly different. So that's where that extra 5 millimeters is going to. The car is identically sized on the inside. Here in Australia, Xpeng's distributor called True EV, they are actually, well, they're going all out. They're building 20 showrooms all around the country, and that's going to happen in the next 12 months. They've already got a few places already. There's one where I picked up my car in Sydney, which is their flagship store. I believe that cost them millions of dollars. They've really invested into Australia in a very, very big way. And for me, I'm kind of excited because I was thinking to myself, guys, if I won the lottery, what cars would I buy? And I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit stressed or overwhelmed, or I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm thinking about things, I think, Sam, just imagine you won the lottery. What are you going to get? What are cars you're going to have in your big garage? And I thought to myself, I love an Xpeng X9. That's coming to Australia. It's coming to global car markets. That's coming to Europe. I wouldn't mind an Xpeng G9. That'd be cool. Get a G9. Yeah, I'd stick one of those in the garage. And I'm thinking to myself, Xpeng P7 Plus. Yeah, probably get one of those as well. Now, I think I really would. I wouldn't mind a Zeekr 001 FR. Maybe a Xiaomi SU7 Plus. That's probably what I get. And the cool thing is, the Xiaomi SU7 Plus, I don't think that's coming to Australia or anywhere else in the world anytime soon. Unfortunately, neither is the Zeekr 001 FR or the Zeekr 001, but the other three cars are the Xpeng X9, the G9, and the P7 Plus. They're all coming. They're going to be manufactured in right-hand drive, and they're going to be sold in Europe, Australia, the UK, Thailand, many countries around the world. So Xpeng is saying 50% of their global sales, or 50% of their sales, will come from markets outside of China within a few years' time. So they're planning on being the company that has the highest percentage of sales outside of China of any Chinese car brand or any Chinese electric car brand, which means good news for electric car buyers. And if this is not the right car for you, for whatever reason, there'll be plenty of other models coming over the next 12 to 18 months, which is kind of exciting. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments.